Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today, I'm reviewing The Drop, now streaming on Hulu. So, The Drop is a new comedy that just released on the platform, and it follows the story of a group of friends that go to a tropical wedding when one of them drops a baby, and everything becomes awkward after that, and it kind of is the fallout of that event at the beginning of the film. And this movie feels very much like one of those movies where you took a really good comedic cast, you took a very simple, bare bones premise, and just let them do what they want, let it improv its way throughout the film, and it definitely feels very unstructured. And I will say right away, I fully acknowledge that comedy is an extremely subjective genre, and while it may not have worked for me, there are people that are fans of this kind of awkward, cringy comedy style that may enjoy this movie a lot more than I did. Anna Konkle plays the main character who drops the baby in the beginning and kind of her struggle of getting past that event. She's trying to have a child with her spouse, and it kind of really weighs on their marriage. It creates this test for them if they're really ready to have a kid or if they can even have a kid. And I think she does a good job. I liked her in Pen 15 that I saw on Hulu earlier. Jillian Bell is also in this film, and I think she is great in things like Workaholics. So like I said, it really is like an all-star comedic cast. But it's one of those movies where it's just awkward. It's a lot of unlikable characters. You don't really root for anyone for the most part in this movie. They're all kind of snarky towards each other. It's that backhanded kind of comedy. And they all kind of fall into their own stereotypes. Some being like new holistic parents, other being kind of rich tech guys that want to be bigger than they actually are. The one thing I will say is the movie does dive into some harsh truths. It's not a laugh out loud comedy by any stretch of the imagination. It really does have kind of a somber tone throughout, and that can be kind of hard for some people like myself to watch an hour and a half comedy that isn't really that funny on its face. And when you're focused mainly on this married couple that's going through this issue with their relationship, it does really push forward this idea of what it means to be a parent and what it means to push through hard times in a relationship. So underneath the surface of this like cringy, awkward comedy, there are some more interesting themes. They don't really shine through because there are just rapid fire jokes throughout, and some of them land more than others. This movie, like I said, feels very improv for the most part. So all in all, if I were to rate The Drop, I would give it a 5 out of 10. It falls right down the middle, and it's really hard to review comedies like this because it really is a lot up to personal preference of what you find funny, and for me, it just didn't hit the mark. I do think some of those extra elements and the talent behind it make it worth a watch. So if you end up checking out The Drop, let me know what you thought about it. I always love to see people's opinions on comedies. Some of my favorite comedies of all time people think are horrific movies. Like, I love Dinner for Schmucks. I always joke with it with my wife. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's really stupid. I fully admit that it's a stupid movie, but I personally like it. And there's other movies that people think are hilarious that I just don't get. So I always love to hear what people think about these. So again, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.